back. This is Boomer Life on CL 650.
Sun shining up to spread. It's just like the fella said. Tell me quick, ain't love a kick in the head?
Welcome back to Boomer Life. Ain't that a kick in the head? Our guest, Dr. Philippe Silvestre, the founder and director of Neurokinetics Clinic in Vancouver. Quite appreciated that. Our producer, Dwayne Bishop's selection of tunes there. Also in studio with me, Sonia Dale, the clinic manager, and J.C. Gordon, director of liaison and logistics for Neurokinetics down there in the Highcroft Medical Center on Granville Street at 16th Avenue. We're talking on the program today about performance enhancement and restoration. And we're really, really lucky and quite pleased to welcome Alex to the program. Alex is joining us on the phone. Alex is from Whistler. He is a competitive slope-style mountain biking kind of guy. Alex, welcome to Boomer Life.
Perfect. Thank you. Yeah, glad to be here.
It's a pleasure to have you with us. You sound like a pretty young guy. Tell us about your experience with Dr. Philippe in Neurokinetics. Did you go to the clinic because you got busted up in a bike accident?
Well, initially in 2013, I came to the clinic because I was suffering from post-concussion syndrome, and I had been seeing a clinic in Calgary, but wasn't seeing the results that I was looking for.
Okay.
So it was really refreshing to come across the Neurokinetics Clinic here in Van and kind of have a progressive outlook on concussion rehab and specifically for my post-concussion.
How long? What was it that caused the concussion in the first place? Was it a sporting accident? Was it a bike thing that you?
Yeah. I was snowboarding in Calgary.
Okay.
And, I had what I considered to be a mild concussion and didn't probably take it as seriously as I should have. And I mean, with my long history of concussions, I guess I was made aware that a smaller impact can cause more damage. So I didn't take the time that I needed to recover, and then shortly after started seeing some post-concussion signs and symptoms.
And what did you have to live with, and for how long, Alex? How did your life get turned around with these post-concussion symptoms?
I don't know. It was like a 3-month period where I saw zero progress in the direction that I wanted to see. Like I was not recovering. Like I was having headaches every single day. Like I was fatigued. I felt like my brain wasn't working to its full capacity. Like I couldn't use the words that I wanted to use and carry a conversation the way I was used to doing.
Wow.
And I mean, it's always a difficult thing to use your brain to assess how your brain's doing, right?
Yes.
But I just felt groggy and was not having it and was looking for an out, was looking for something to change the game.
And when you when you came to Neurokinetics, how did you find out about them? First of all, did you find out
a simple Google search?
How about that?
Concussion rehab, and then this was when I was over in Alberta and I was staying at my uncle's place, but I was moving out to Whistler to start a new job, and it was pretty important that I get back to the physique that I was used to.
Sure, of course. And so how long after you moved back to British Columbia did you see Dr. Silvestre, and how long, Alex, did it take for you to kind of feel that you were in the right hands?
Well, I mean, initially I felt in the right hands. Like it was quite a stressful process, but I felt like this was the road I wanted to go down as soon as I kind of stepped in the front door and had the initial chat. And obviously before I had the initial chat, I was able to talk to previous patients of the Neurokinetics Clinic, and I felt like the conversations I had there were like those people were in my situations before and kind of had the results that I was looking for.
Oh, so you were able to consult with other people who had already been through the program to their obvious advantage, and that sort of energized you to keep going forward.
Yeah, definitely, exactly.
Interesting stuff. And how was dealing with Dr. Philippe? How was that whole experience?
Oh, it was good. He's quite a personality, and he's quite a presence, and he's super passionate about what he's trying to do out of the clinic, and that definitely relates with a lot of patients, I think, when they see that sort of compassion, that sort of energy behind what we're all working towards. I think it definitely helps getting to the goals.
Well, now, the good news portion of this program, I am delighted to pass along, is that just a couple of short weeks ago, down there in the Kootenays in Rossland, British Columbia, you had your first podium appearance as a slope-style mountain biking kind of guy. And does Dr. Philippe deserve any credit for that, or are you going to take 100% of it yourself, Alex?
Well, I don't know. Unfortunately, this year, I had done the rehab in 2013, and we had some ongoing follow-up stuff, but in mid-August I ended up having another impact and getting quite a lot of whiplash trauma, essentially, and some of those signs and symptoms kind of had resurfaced. So I went into the clinic and
so you went back?
Pardon me?
You went back to the clinic?
Yeah, I went back to the clinic because I saw these signs and symptoms, and it wasn't a terrible concussion that I'd received, but I noticed that it was small enough to cause me the problems that I had before.
Right.
So I went in and we kind of jumped on the bandwagon early and dealt with some injection therapy in my neck to kind of rearrange what had been with the impact there. So got that straightened out, and then I was also able to get back on the BRE insoles, which definitely helped me with the competition that kind of happened the couple weekends after.
So you were working on many different fronts. You had insoles, you had some neck therapy. So really, Dr. Philippe, as you listen to Alex with a big smile on his face, Alex, I got to tell you, Dr. Philippe is just beaming. It's nothing nothing more satisfying, I would imagine, for any doctor anywhere than to hear kind words from a happy patient.
Well, it's good to hear. My pleasure.
Dr. Philippe, talk to us about Alex and how the two of you worked together to get him a win just a few short weeks ago.
We are a heavenly team, isn't it, Alex?
Yeah, no, it's great.
You know, I want to comment here. I am nothing without the patient. It is important. We are a team. The team is a dimension I cannot do anything without.
Right.
Without the patient, I am nothing. And we are pretty even because usually the patient needs the adequate help, and without me for now, the patient is not that much. So he makes us very much even in a relationship, and it is a wonderful teamwork.
I wanted to ask you about Alex's specific story, because Alex, you told us you had a concussion, a fall in 2013, and then a couple of months ago this summer, you took another tumble and banged yourself in the head again. And I was watching Dr. Philippe's face as you were describing these, and you said with the first one that you said you thought it was kind of a mild concussion. And I wanted to ask Dr. Philippe, is there such a thing as a mild concussion, or is that an invention of our brain?
No, it is a real thing.
Okay.
You can have from minor to severe concussions. And of course, the severity of impact is what makes that gradient in severity.
Okay. So in Alex's case, though, once you've experienced one or more concussions, you are then predisposed to be more seriously injured by what you might consider, or might in the past have considered, to be a mild concussion.
Exactly, and that relates to brain physiology and the state of the art of what we know in brain-related neuroscience.
Right.
When we get hit and we are not resolving the full extent of the trauma impact, what is residual left will be compounding with a set of issues brought in by the next impact. So we have a compounding of adverse effect, and that means an adverse momentum is taking place, which will make that patient or that performers very much accident prone, to say the least.
Right. So, Alex, you've learned, obviously, from Dr. Philippe, because you were back over the summer again, that you have this because you've experienced, because you're a very active, athletic guy, you're a mountain biker, you're a snowboarder, you're out there just getting banged up every chance you get. So you're learning, though, that when you do suffer a head injury of some kind, that it's really important in your case, because you've experienced them in the past, to get it checked out right away, right?
Yeah, no, there's like a leg will heal by itself, right? Like, I mean, obviously there's a little bit of bone setting, but the brain is not something to be reckoned with. Like, you just need to give yourself that time to recover, and that's the most important, right? Like, you can't be pushing the envelope right away.
Right. Yeah. All right. Well, Alex, thank you so much for being with us today. Congratulations on that first podium appearance down there in Rossland, and we wish you many, many more as you go forward.
Perfect. Thanks again for having me on the show.
Thank you very much, Alex, for your time.
See you, Alex.
Our pleasure. There's Alex, who is a slope-style mountain biker, joining us from Whistler on the program today, a patient and remains a patient of Neurokinetics. And Dr. Philippe, when we come back from the break, you can talk to us a little bit about, Alex mentioned a couple of specific therapies that he had received and that you and he had worked on. You can talk to us because we were talking earlier about designing programs. So you can tell us how you matched Alex's requirements to your therapies. It's Boomer Life here on CIL 650 with the folks from Neurokinetics in studio and, of course, online. We encourage you to visit the website, neurokinetics.com, while we take this quick break.
Celebrating the baby boomer lifestyle. This is Boomer Life on CIL 650.